You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, Bold and the Beautiful fans, I've got your weekly prediction edition. We're going to talk about Luna's new attack and Liam pushing for something. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt, and we have got predictions for Deke and Electra, for Deacon and Sheila, for Steffi and Luna, for Hope and Liam, and also for Luna herself. If you're not following us, please reach down, click that subscribe button. Let's get right into it. Our very first prediction, Deke asks Electra to hear Remy out and consider forgiving him. So on Friday, we all saw Remy coming in and everybody freaking out. And then Monday, B&B spoilers have Deke telling Remy that what he did to Electra was deranged, which is true. Deke is horrified, and Remy is begging him to not judge him on who he was and things he did in the past. So I think Deke is going to hear Remy out, and then he may ask Electra to hear Remy out. I also think Deke might give Remy another chance because he swears that's not who he is anymore. And Deke does think people can change. You know, his own dad, Deacon, was a criminal and a dangerous guy, and he has changed. But Electra is horrified that her tormentor, who destroyed her reputation and violated her privacy twice by doxing her with fake nudes, you know, he's going to have a lot of explaining to do. Her horror is completely justified. And I'm sorry, if Brad Bell tries to excuse Remy's actions by saying he was in the closet, that's insanely tone-deaf writing. That's not good for anybody. That's just, it's not good. But in the end, since Brad Bell will redeem the absolute worst person, the worst character, if he likes the actor, I think he's going to do it. And I mean, Christian Weissmann is a good actor. There's no doubt of that. So I'm guessing eventually Electra is going to be forced to let it slide or tolerate him. I mean, I hope not, because she shouldn't. But, you know, all things considered, with Sheila and Luna and all the other villains still lurking, I think it's going to happen. Deke may also ask Electra to give Remy a chance just to prove that he's changed, not to take his word for it. And hopefully Remy won't make Deke regret going out on a limb for him. Our second prediction, Deacon shuts Sheila down hard. So next week, Deacon's wife is telling him that since he's the father of the bride, aka Hope, and he's married to Sheila, then she thinks she gets to go to Hope and Liam's wedding with him. But next week, in Bold and the Beautiful spoilers, we've got Beth telling Liam and Hope she doesn't want Sheila at the wedding. So I think Deacon may reject Sheila's insistence that she gets to come to Hope and Liam's wedding, like she thinks it should just be a done deal. But no, I'm sure Deacon wants to walk Hope down the aisle, and he won't let Sheila get in the way of him getting that dream come true moment with his daughter. So I do wonder if Hope's going to tell Deacon that Beth specifically does not want his wife Sheila there, or if Hope will tiptoe around it and just say, you know, she's not invited. You know, nobody else really wants Sheila there. But also, just as an aside, how much of their wedding does Beth get to control? She's going to officiate, and now she's chiming in on the guest list for Liam and Hope's nuptials. Wonder if she's going to pick out the cake and flowers too, you know. This is one more thing against Sheila on the con list of staying with her when he's doing pros and cons, because Deacon is clearly seeing his family will never accept Sheila. So Deacon may tell Sheila she's not going to come to the wedding, and she may be furious. And this is just one more thing that's going to drive them apart. Our third prediction, Steffi's desperate to keep Luna in prison. Next week, official Bold and Beautiful spoilers say that Steffi implements a plan, and she already told Luna she's going to make it her mission to make sure she stays in prison forever. So Steffi is obviously looking for a way to keep Luna behind bars no matter what. And I'm wondering if Steffi ends up conspiring with Liam, who, you know, was shot by Luna, or with Bill, who really regrets getting her that pardon, or maybe even Will, who, you know, is dealing with the fact that his baby is gestating in prison. Obviously, Steffi is not going to risk her family's safety, and she doesn't want to live in fear forever. You can't blame her. Luna was planning to shoot Steffi, and she did shoot Liam. She nearly killed him. Luna before that had drugged Steffi and locked her in a cage, planning for her to get crushed to death by a wrecking ball. So just because Luna's uterus is being rented out by a Spencer spawn, that's not a free get out of prison pass. Steffi needs to stay on top of things, keep an eye on Katie, who's worried about the baby, and figure out a way to keep Luna behind bars for life. Our fourth prediction, Hope and Liam's wedding planning kicks into high gear. It'll be this month. So next week, spoilers, have Steffi congratulating Hope on her new designs for Hope for the Future, but also on her engagement to Liam. So I bet Hope's going to have Deke working on a wedding dress soon. I'm sure it's going to be stunning. Then again, since Beth is taking over all the planning, maybe she'll get to pick it out. But Liam is definitely wanting an ASAP wedding. We're going to see Liam pushing hard to make it happen as soon as possible. I do think it's going to happen in November sweeps, but we'll see. That carries on through the end of the month. Hope also, by the way, has a leftover wedding dress that Thomas designed for her years ago. If you remember when he was scamming Zoe Buckingham and got fake engaged to her, he had designed this wedding dress for Hope, thinking he had manipulated her into showing up at the wedding to marry him instead, and it all blew up in Thomas's face at the altar. It was a nice dress, even though everything blew up, but I don't think she'll recycle that one. I guess we'll find out. I'm also wondering if Hope will be more patient when Deke tries to explain about Remy, because Hope was once with Thomas, who was her own personal villain. So we'll see. Maybe they're going to talk about guys while they're working on designs for her wedding dress. Our fifth and final prediction, Luna makes a desperate move, could be a more violent attack. So we all saw that Luna got her cellmate to beat her, but avoid her stomach, so that it looks like she and her baby aren't safe in prison. She's desperate to get out. I suspect she's going to do it again, since the first time didn't work out for her. And so I think it's going to be something far worse. Will won't help her get out of prison. Katie and Bill plan to take the baby from her as soon as she gives birth in prison. So we're going to see Luna's desperation growing, and we could get another self-arranged attack soon. And, Katie is worried about the safety of the baby, even though Bill can see right through what Luna's doing. But if she gets hurt again and it's way more dangerous to the point that they think, okay, there's no way Luna would do this to herself, then Katie may push to get Luna out and on house arrest until the baby is born. And then they can plan on sending Luna right back. So I do wonder if Luna has her cellmate or somebody else attack her even more violently, maybe stab her in the shoulder or something to get her out of prison and sent to the hospital, because, that's still better than being in prison. And she may think from the hospital she can talk them into taking her home to Bill's, or she can try and make a break from the hospital. We'll see.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.